Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please have a look around, or welcome back to my channel to all of my loyal subscribers. Thank you guys for being here today. I'm on a mission to start making more regular videos, so bear with me. The past few months, 2020 has been a little bit of a whirlwind, if I'm being honest, and the energies have been intense and turbulent. And I'm not going to speak on what's going on around the world right now because I don't believe in feeding the fear and giving it energy. But what I will say is that we as light workers, divine masculines, divine feminines, if you identify with that archetype, you are a twin flame, or even in a higher level soulmate connection, our mission has begun. Your individual mission and your joint mission with your counterpart is in action. It's begun. There is no more denying it. There's no more, distractions or obstacles that you're placing in your own path to try to avoid this ascension process. It's happening whether we like it or not. And we are here to raise the vibration and the consciousness of this planet. We are untangling, or rather disentangling, from old archetypes of power and control. So guys, obviously, listen to the precautions, but don't go overboard. Don't go out and buy 5,000 rolls of toilet paper. This is feeding the fear. Don't watch the news 24/7. Don't believe everything that you read. We need to really be discerning right now. We need to be going within and discerning. Discernment is key right now. So what I'm feeling, and I've really been sitting with this for the past few days, I'm feeling that the masculines are in a state of panic and fear, or the masculine energy within you if you consider yourself to be the divine feminine archetype. And the feminines are sitting strong. So feminines, you're feeling this need or urge to reach out to your divine masculine. I know I myself was feeling this strong urge to reach out and let him know everything was going to be okay. I didn't know how that was going to be received. It was received fairly well. But there's definitely distance. There's definitely emotional distance going on right now because the masculines are in this hibernation mode. The masculines, if there's a family involved, whether that's parent or a partner, they're taking care of what they need to take care of right now. What the feminines need to remember is we're here to hold down the masculine. We are the energetic leader. So the masculines are the leader in the physical world, which is why they're experiencing more of the fear. And the feminines are pretty chill, pretty chillaxed. And we're holding things down energetically. So whether, call upon your guides, your spiritual guide, your spirit team, and whether you feel called to reach out in the 3D, or if it's just a 4D dream state connection, which those have been really intense lately, or it's a 5D connection or conversation, whatever whatever is right for you, because each of our situations are unique depending on our templates, depending on our ancestral wounds, our past life, relationship and karma with our partner, with other people, with ourselves. There's so many factors that play into that. So feel in what's right for you. I'm not going to send this message out that says everyone should be sending a message, don't pick up your phones and call or text. It may not be the right time. I'm not even sure that it was the right time for my masculine to receive my message, but I felt strongly called by my guide team, and it's almost like they pressed the button for me. I had typed out a couple different scenarios of what I wanted to say because I wanted to be careful with how I said it, and I wanted it to come from a place of unconditional love, regardless of what had happened in the past. And so, the masculines need to know that we're here. The masculines need to know that everything is going to be okay. So send that message either in the 3D, or, call them into your dream state before you go to sleep at night, or in the 5D, meet them on the 5D bridge. And guys, let them know that everything is going to be okay. That's really imperative right now. I'm feeling the masculines, they're a little calmer. So they may actually be exhibiting calmness on the outside, but on the inside, it's like this. I'm seeing what I'm being shown from my guide team is like this white water rafting, like class 5 rapids, the most tumultuous of all of them. That's how they're feeling on the inside. But these masculines can play it really cool, that cool, calm exterior. It's the ego that's like, I'm fine, everything's fine, I've got this under control. But in reality, they don't. And in reality, because there's a global crisis right now, or perceived crisis, the masculines are wanting to be in charge and wanting to take control. So they're actually kind of in this egoic state right now, and the feminines are dropping back into their surrendering into their feminine. So it's really forcing the feminines into the feminine receptivity and surrendering energy so the masculines can do what they need to do, or what they think they need to do on the 3D, you know, what they think they need to control. What they're learning though is that what they're really craving right now, regardless of what's going on in their immediate 3D world, is they're craving this connection with their feminine. Twins right now are really craving each other. It's deep. I feel the collective pain. I'm feeling my own pain of being separated from my masculine, my counterpart. It feels like in times like this, twins should be together. And I know that we're always together in the 5D, but I just want to validate for those of you that are feeling the pain like I am, that it's really painful to be apart from your twin and your counterpart. I mean, it's hard for me to speak. I feel the heaviness on my chest. My throat wants to close up as I'm speaking this. So just know that you're not alone. And a lot of what you're picking up on, if you're a light worker and if you're a twin, is the collective fear, the collective panic, and the collective longing. So there's a lot of longing in the collective today, which is why I wanted to do a reading. So I've picked a few card decks out. I've done a little shuffling prior to the video here. So I'll try to make a note down below if I remember that we're starting about 6 minutes in 30 seconds. So those of you who, didn't want to watch the message, you'll be able to fast forward. That's not helpful at this moment, but that was a really important message for me to get through to you. So Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and any other archangels or guides that want to come through, can you please come through and guide the twins on whatever messages we need to hear for our highest good, for the highest good of each connection, for the highest good of each individual, and for the highest good of the collective consciousness at this time. Please and thank you, and so it is. Aho. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's pick some cards and just find out what's going on with the collective of divine masculines. I just want to check into the energy. Let's take an energy temp for the divine masculines. So this is the Quantum Oracle, guys. If you're curious about what decks I'm using today, I'll let you know as I switch decks. This is one of my favorites. Okay, so the masculines are focused on the physical, as I stated. They're focused on milestones. This is really milestones with work and career. This is something they feel like they can control. So in all of this chaos and upheaval that we're feeling, schools are shutting down and travel is being reduced and social distancing and all of these things, the masculines are really feeling like, I need to focus on something. What can I grab and hold on to? Masculines, it's your feminine. That's who's holding you down. Your feminine will always hold you down, regardless. She always loves you unconditionally, regardless of any arguments you've had, regardless of the past, what you've done, what she's done. The love is always there. So I know you want to focus here on the 3D and you want to focus on these milestones. You want to focus on the money and the pentacles and your achievements. But this is all surface and superficial, because what really matters, what's at the core and the heart of this connection, is love. And it's so much bigger than even the twins. It's so much bigger than even just the partners, the counterparts. This is the collective consciousness that we're raising and uplifting, and we're really holding the light and that light vibration, because these darker forces want to hold us in fear and want to try to control us. It's happening. All you have to do is go to the stores to see. So let's take a look here. What else is going on? The masculines are working on self-esteem. They're working on understanding that they're enough, and they're working on this consciousness of deserving the love from the feminine. So that's their feminine. So this is the feminine is the person that they always come back to in their mind, regardless of what's going on, in the 3D world. They cannot escape her. They think about her when they wake up. They think about her. They're reminded of her, synchronicities and signs. They see her name. They see numbers. They see, they hear songs in their head, or a song comes on the radio that's one of their songs, or a memory comes up. They cannot, no matter what they try to do, and they have tried to forget her, they cannot forget her and the energy that she carries and the love that she brings and the healing that she's brought into their life. But they're working on being deserving of you, feminine. So any masculines who happen to be watching here, or if you're just in the masculine energy at this time, you're really working on deservedness. You're working on this belief system that you are enough for your feminine. So I'd like to get one more card here. Going on with the collective of divine masculines at this time, at this current time. What's going on with the collective of divine masculines, March 14th, 2020. so we've got 2 cards that came out. Yeah, they're working on achieving internal peace. So I actually see this as inner child healing that's being done at this time. But they're also, again, there's a feminine in the picture. So they're looking to their feminine because they know that she is the harbinger of peace in their life. That regardless of the chaos, confusion, turbulence, the fear that's going on, that, you know, is happening collectively right now on a global level, they know that their feminine is the person that brings them peace. They're just working on being deserving of her. They are distracting themselves here with work a little bit, but we know that that's what the masculines tend to do. And they're also turning to friends and colleagues. So I actually, what I'm hearing from this, and I don't always get this from this card, but I'm hearing that they're turning to friends and colleagues to talk about you, you know, to really say, for advice, and also because they miss you. So by talking about you, it's almost like it keeps the hope alive and it keeps them feeling more connected to you. So I really feel like they're just out having a good time with friends and colleagues, but your name is coming up quite often, whether you believe this or not, whether they've told you this or not. They are talking about you, and you are that one for them, especially if they've, you know, there's libations, right? There's drinks, you know, they're at a social setting or a party or a bar, especially if that's involved. Your masculine can't help but gush over you and want to talk about you, especially at this time, because they're feeling really vulnerable with everything that's going on. So I'd like to now tap into the Divine Feminine Collective. So let's see what's going on with the Divine Feminine energy, please. So really quite beautiful and calm energy coming from the masculines, at least externally. So the feminine, the first card is the vast universe. So the feminine is really, again, working on uplifting the collective consciousness, realizing that she's part of a bigger whole, and realizing that her mission is a lot more powerful than perhaps she ever realized or believed it to be. That's a powerful card, feminines. So you are definitely sitting and standing in your power right now. And, you know, because our masculines, because a lot of twins at this time are not in permanent union yet, but that will be happening anytime from now to 2024 in particular. Especially, I'm seeing personally 2020 through 2022, a lot of changes happening in the twin flame collective, and a lot of unions happening, a lot of changes happening, divorces happening, blending of families, marriages between the twins, union between the twins happening. So the feminine is what I'm seeing for this dark thoughts. It's not that the feminine is having these dark thoughts so much as she's transmitting or transmuting these. She's transmuting these for her masculine and for the collective consciousness. So the feminine is sitting here realizing her power and that she's connected to this universe, that she's connected to something much greater than her, that her power and her path is so much bigger than she's ever believed that it was. And she's transmuting the fear, you know, this fear energy, that fear is contagious. She's transmuting it. She's holding it down for the collective, not only for her masculine, for the collective masculine energy, and also just for the collective at whole or at large. So that's where her consciousness currently is. So the masculine's consciousness is working on deservedness, and the feminine's working on transmuting these energies. So they're in very different places right now. So if you're not in, you know, a lot of physical or any physical 3D contact with your twin, you have to understand that your masculine's working on transforming himself right now and on believing that he's good enough for you and for this kind of a love. And then we have intuition and manifestation. So the feminine is really working on her path and on her own mission. And she's using her intuition. She's realizing she's really powerful. She's stepping into, a lot of feminines, a new career path. And she's manifesting that which she desires. She's realizing that, you know, she is this fairy, so to speak. She is this magical being, and she has this magical ball. And all she has to do is put her thoughts and her intentions, you know, and her energy into certain places, into certain things, into certain dreams and goals and visions, and they will come true. So she is powerful. Feminines, you are powerful right now. So since we have 4 cards for the masculines, thank you. I'd like another card for the feminine. Angels of the 4 directions. So the feminine is being watched over and guided. Particularly, I'm hearing Archangel Michael, of course. Archangel Michael is the angel of protection, so you definitely want to be calling on him right now. at any time, and especially as you're transmuting these dark thoughts for the collective, and or if you're going out in public, okay? So angels of the four directions, you are being protected and watched over at all times, feminine. You are never alone. Please understand your power. So what I'd like to do now is I've got the Keepers of the Light cards by Kyle Gray. And I'd like to pull a few cards here to find out what energies are currently surrounding the feminines and masculines. So let's actually start with the feminine energy. That's what I'm feeling. So let's start with the feminine energy and see what is the feminine, collective, divine feminine energy. Who is with the collective feminine energy at this time? Who is watching over them? Who is protecting them? Who is guiding them at this very critical time in humanity's history? Thank you. We've got Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And we've got the magic of the crow. So crow might be very important to some of you, or might be very significant in your journey with your twin, or just, again, with your own individual mission. We've got the full moon here, which is significant as we just had the full moon in Virgo last Monday, so less than a week ago. So phases and cycles, this is speaking to the phases and cycles of the moon, and also just the phases and cycles of humanity. We're in the cycle of rebirth, transmutation, transformation, transmuting dark to light. And, you see her, she kind of just reminds me of just a very, I don't want to use the word naive, but a very, a young feminine, the young energy, that energy that says that anything is possible. And she wants you to know that if something has ended, if cycles have ended, okay, cycles had to end. Karmic cycles are ending. If you're not seeing them in the 3D or feeling them yet with your counterpart, they are happening this year in particular. Old cycles are crumbling. Foundations that are not in unconditional love, if relationships that are for the wrong reasons, they're crumbling. Jobs will be taken away from people if you're not in alignment with your soul. So illusions are being completely wiped away at this time. They're just being revealed. So if there's no love left within a relationship, those relationships are going to be falling apart. There's going to be tower moments. You can resist tower moments as much as you want, and the universe will just keep on delivering more and more karma until you finally surrender. So these masculines do not want to surrender. They're clinging on. They're hanging tight to the past because it's comfort for them. And their feminine represents such a strong, powerful force, and they don't know if they can hold on to her. That just came from my guides. They don't know, and that's also from my divine masculine, from the divine masculine collective. They're fearful because they don't know if they can hold on to such a powerful woman, somebody with so much intuition, insight, self-mastery. They don't know if they can compete with that. They don't know if they're worthy. So again, they're working on deservedness. They're working on deservedness because they know that they're deserving, not deserving of the karmic partner, but they know that the karmic partner won't leave them, but they fear that the feminine could and would, that they don't measure up. And it's really sad because these masculines don't believe in true love. They don't believe that it's possible for them, and they're working on that. So understand that. Send them love, feminines, because they're working on that. So this card just so lovingly fell out. And this is Isis, magic manifesting. So what do we have here? We have 2 cards of manifestation for the divine feminines. 2 cards of manifestation. And it says your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. So this is what the feminine is doing. I told you she's holding it down right now for the collective. She's holding down her masculine. She's holding down herself. She's holding down the whole entire world. So feminine energy, congratulations on being a powerhouse right now. Using that fire for the greater good, because you are changing the world. The feminine energy is changing the world. So for the masculines, we have the Miriam, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So look, we've got the twins here, the twins coming up for the masculine. So they're definitely holding the vision of the feminine in their mind. They're holding that sacred vision of unity, of coming back together, of union with their counterpart. This is very beautiful. So they're also understanding, what I'm hearing with this is they're understanding that what they think becomes their reality. They're starting to understand that they're also powerful manifestors. And if they believe that something is going to be a certain way, they're seeing it manifest into their reality. So they're realizing, wait a second, I can actually manifest what I don't want, but why would I continue to do that? Let me manifest that which I do want. Let me bring magic into my life. Let's manifest my feminine in divine love and true love, and let's manifest that coming together. They're starting to realize that the more they focus on the obstacles and the blocks, the more they're going to be presented with that, and the more their counterpart is going to push them away, because they have work to do and they need to understand that this is a divine union. Your souls came together before this lifetime, lifetimes upon lifetimes of being together, of knowing that this is your divine counterpart. They're starting to realize that this is a destined union. How beautiful. They're working on forgiveness. This is mainly forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. I'm hearing childhood trauma, forgiving themselves for how they may have treated their feminine, pushed her away, or just acted cold or distant. They're really working on forgiveness right now towards just their whole entire life, really. So let's get one more card of who is with the masculines at this time. Oh, they're really working on forgiveness. Master Jesus. So we've got 2 cards of forgiveness for the masculines. What I'm also hearing in particular with this card is feminines are asking for your forgiveness. So if you're holding on to resentment, if you're holding on to anger, if you're holding on to the past, let it go now, because they're really, really fearful that you're not going to forgive them. And that's creating a block in the connection. It says forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. So they're also working on healing the father wound. So masculine energy, your masculine energy, and the masculine in your life, the actual physical divine masculine, is working on healing father wounds. So for a lot of us, fathers were either physically absent or emotionally absent, or sometimes both, unfortunately. We're working on healing that at this time and realizing that we're enough, that our external world, circumstances, people, situations does not reflect our worth, that our worth is inherent, that we are worthy regardless. Wow, beautiful. So I'm going to check out the Divine Animals Oracle at this time. We're going to actually start with the masculines, because I'm being guided to pull a card for the masculines now. Masculines working on forgiveness, working on deservedness, working on achieving peace, and a little bit of work here in this spread, but not a ton of focus on work at this time, which is beautiful, because masculines, you really need to rest. All right, so masculine energy. The first card to come out was Peace Gorilla. So, I mean, these cards, look, we've got 2 cards of peace, 2 cards of forgiveness. The masculine energy is really surrendering. I really actually feel now, this just came through, that the masculine energy is really in a feminine energy at this time. They're in their dominant feminine energy, and and I know I may have said this might be contradictory to what I said at the beginning of the reading, but I feel like things are shifting, and the masculines are really sitting in this beautiful energy of just surrendering to the connection, surrendering to this divine energetic dance that they're a part of, surrendering to their beautiful feminine, surrendering to their own feminine, surrendering to the father wound, surrendering to the mother wound, surrendering to their childhood trauma, inner child healing or wounds. They're really just surrendering and working on inner peace right now. They're tired of fighting. They're tired of holding resentments. And then we have Red Crown Crane. This is a loyalty card. This is symbolic of loyalty. So just know, if you've been questioning the loyalty, the love of your divine masculine, just know, feminines, that he loves you. He's loyal to you. And again, regardless of if they're in another connection, or if they're, there's some of them have been, I know, had other women in the past, more than one. I don't even want to really talk about that and bring that energy in, but just know that he is loyal to you. His heart is loyal to you, and is becoming more and more loyal, to the point where he doesn't even want anybody else. No other woman appeals to him, because no other woman will ever compare it to you. They just won't. And he knows that. So any relationship at this time, this is just coming through very strongly, any relationship that the divine masculines are currently still in at this time is for show, it's for appearance's sake, and it is not their truth. And it is also, it's a mask that they're wearing, it's a comfort zone, it's for, you know, societal obligations, and it's old, outdated systems, belief systems of fear. Like, if I do this, you know, my children will never talk to me, or if I do this, I'm going to be labeled a bad guy, or if I do this, you know, they're so worried about what everyone else is thinking that they've disconnected from their heart. So they're working on reconnecting to their own hearts. Feminine, jackal, truth. So the feminine is delivering the truth right now for the planet. The feminine is speaking up and out. There's a lot of feminine readers. There's some masculine readers out there as well. But we're here speaking our truth. Divine Truth Tarot. We're here speaking the truth. We're delivering the truth. So can I get one more card for the feminine, please? If there is a card for the feminine, the sacred divine animals energy that she might be in at this time. Cycles, hair, right? So we got phases and cycles. So we have a lot of these cards are showing up, you know, more than once for both counterparts. This is interesting. So phases, cycles, okay? So the feminine is really working on, and I'm really seeing autumn in this picture. So autumn is going to be a time of massive transformation in these connections in particular. I'm seeing October as being very significant, November as well. October, November, September for some, but mostly October and November is being really significant. So can we get a card now for the connection, please? Can we get a card for the energy of the connection between the counterparts? Well, okay, so that is a lot of cards. It's a lot of cards that just flew on the ground. There's a lot of energy right now in the connections, guys. There's a lot of like fragmented energy, chaotic energy. Work. There's work being done right now on the connections. There's work. I'm being called to pull another card. And I'm also hearing that there's work being done, but there's work being done behind the scenes. So forget about, you know, don't feed into the fear. Forget about what you're seeing on the 3D, because there's work being done behind the scenes, okay, by the guides, archangels, your ancestors in particular, really heavily with the masculines and the feminines at this time. So what else is going on? The connection right now with the journey. I'm going to do this. Two more cards. We've got authenticity, wolf. Wolf always speaks about ancestors to me. This just came through really strongly. So ancestors, but also stepping into your authenticity. Look at the eyes. So knowing that, you know, the authenticity of, you look into your counterpart's eyes and you know that they're the one. So the energy of the connection right now is work being done behind the scenes, stepping into your authenticity, understanding that this is in fact your role and your mission in this lifetime. You cannot escape it. You cannot get away from it. You can't just say, I'm done. I'm getting off of this journey. Good luck. I've tried. It doesn't work. And then we've got secrets. So secrets are being revealed. Secrets are being revealed at this time. Masks are coming off. The masks are coming off. Believe it, feminine. Believe it. So I'm going to end. I was going to do some tarot cards, but I'm being told to go ahead and wrap up the reading. So I'm going to finish with The Angel Answers by Rodley Valentine. And let's get just some divine guidance right now. So what would you have us know at this time? Angels, what would you have us know for these connections at this very challenging time? What would you have us know? What guidance would you give us? Okay, they're actually telling me, I'm going to spread out the cards. I'm going to choose the cards. Okay, right. The angels are close, guys. Trust. We're being called to trust, not to go into fear. Trust is the opposite of fear. Trust. Ask your angels and look for signs. So signs and synchronicities are all around us. You know, I went to pump gas this morning and my gas came out $22.22. I kid you not. I took a picture of it. Signs are all around us if you pay attention. All right, so I'm not going to, no, I'm not doing that, okay. All right, let's get, these are timing cards. So let me pull one or two of these. What's going on with the connection, please? Wait. Yeah, connections are on hold at this time for a very, very divine reason. Wait, trust. Wait and trust. Okay? One more. Within the next few weeks, there's going to be a dramatic shift in the collective consciousness away from fear and into truth and authenticity, and also in these connections. So if you feel like no movement is happening at this time, you're being urged to trust. Okay, you're being urged to trust. Ask your angels, okay? Look for a sign and trust. Step into your authenticity. Take the mask off, masculines in particular, take the mask off. Know that there's work being done behind the scenes. And really, guys, just understand that these are divinely orchestrated connections. You cannot lose your counterpart. And my firm belief is that if you've met your counterpart in this lifetime, and especially if you identify with being an old soul, if you've met your counterpart, that you are destined to be together. And in the 3D really messes with you because there's so many obstacles, you know, religions and locations and work and family and obligations and children and previous, you know, marriages and karmic partners and addictions. And I mean, there's just so many belief systems. There's religious differences. I think I said that, cultural differences. There's so many obstacles that twins face because we're here to dismantle so many belief systems. We're here to turn the world upside down and on its head. We're here to get people thinking and to realize that, you know, this concept of marriage is outdated in and of itself. I'm not saying partnership is outdated or that, you know, marriage is a terrible thing. I'm saying that marriage, the way it stands, and the fact that people think they have to stay in marriages and they're obligated to do so for this reason or that reason and XYZ, we are dismantling that. We're coming back to the truth and authenticity and understanding that unconditional love is what this planet needs right now, is what this planet is craving, okay? The world is scared. The world is on fire. I keep on hearing that Sarah McLachlan song, The World is on Fire. The world is on fire, emotionally, with fear and distrust, and we're scared. And we are in this very, very delicate place where transformation is hugely possible right now. But guys, we have to do our parts individually and with our counterpart. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the reading. I'm getting a little lightheaded. My third eye is really kicking in. My intuitive senses are really kicking in right now. A lot of us are doing this kind of walk between worlds right now, and I've been doing that quite a bit, especially out in public, to basically like rise above the fear, where I'm basically I'm having 3D time glitches where weird things are happening. And I think I'll do like a video on that just by itself because I know I'm not the only one. I'm also sleeping a lot, so a lot of you are probably sleeping a lot as well. Last night I started to experience that wicked jaw pain again, which tells me that the masculine collective really wants to speak and say something. They're actually getting really fed up with their current situation. They're fed up with themselves for continuing to stay. They're fed up with their belief systems. They're fed up with their religion. They're fed up with their family. They're fed up with the situations that they find themselves in, because what they really crave, their heart and soul craves their feminine and craves this connection. They want to be with you. They want to have a life with you. They want to have a family with you, but they just don't know how to do that right now. So they're working on that. But while that's being worked on, man, my jaw was, on fire last night. And I actually had to rub CBD oil in my jaw because my muscles were so tense. And it came out of nowhere, like most of these symptoms do. So if you're having these physical ascension symptoms, salt bath, Epsom salt, Dead Sea salt baths, go into the ocean if you can, if you live near the ocean. Meditating daily is necessary right now. Meditating to transmute these energies, feminine especially for your masculine. He may or may not be doing this, may or may not be aware of this. A lot of these masculines are workaholics or have been workaholics, okay? And as they're healing this workaholic tendency, they don't have time to meditate or sit still. We are the ones doing that for them. We are their teachers. We are leading them, okay? We are the leaders of the light. So understand that they're looking to you for that balance. That's all for today, guys. Please help out the channel, like and subscribe. Once we get to 500 subscribers, we're only about 50 away. I will be giving away a free reading. And then once again, when we get to 1,000 subscribers. So please, let's grow this community. Let's spread this very important message at this very important time, this really important time in humanity. And thank you so much. And if you'd like a personal reading, or if you'd like a one-on-one coaching session with me, I offer True Purpose Transformational Coaching Sessions. Please reach out to me at the email below. And I look forward to delivering another message and video for you guys very soon, hopefully tomorrow. Thank you so much.